Hello everybody, welcome back. My name's Mamiya, and today we're going to be checking out some more of the awesome Hades-like Savara. So, I've been having a little bit of a play around with some of the new spears, and I think I've come across quite an interesting build. But I will say, before we get started, if you want to just jump straight into the run, there will be chapters in the video, so just click ahead. It will be noted there, but with that, let's have a look what I'm on about. So, in particular, this spear has a couple of interesting little additions that I thought I could build around. So we've got primitive, reduces your stamina cost by 0.2% for every 1% of lost health. We've got surgical strike, which all spears have. When you do effective damage, increases the damage from your effective attacks by 4% for 8 seconds, and it's stackable up to 5 times. And then this is the big thing that basically got me round to trying out this build. Nerves of Steel increases your effective damage by 0.25% for every 0.01 health. So, in case you've not realised yet, we're going to try and do a max health build. In particular, we want to try to use ham hocks like as little as possible, so stick around low health, but when we get to the badges, I'll explain a little bit more about that. And then we're going to go with the Azure Radiance, the bird two-handed sword. Or, I don't know what are these called? Anyway, that also has the bird set bonus of reducing stamina costs for every 1% of lost health, but it has mastery. Pulling off a successful perfect timing increases your damage by 5%, and that stacks up to 5 times. Your amount of stacks drops by 1 every 2 seconds. And then back to the wall. When you have less than 50% max health, you gain an additional 100% stacks of mastery. So we want to have a lot of max health and be consistently under 50% max health. So, with the weapons out of the way, let's have a look at the talents. As always, we're sticking with blade number 0, particularly because spears scale often get your words right, come on. Off of effective damage, and blade number 0 basically makes every single attack effective damage. So you got your spear scaling no matter what you're attacking. Then we've got civilized for merchant, offering 1 free item and 1 minute for more rerolls and alterations. These are just so we can more easily get skills that we want in the run, blessings that we want. Having an additional second wind isn't crucial, but it's nice to have if we're gonna be like messing around with being on low health, just in case you like accidentally miss timing or can't get your health back up. And then obviously we've got max health increase there by 25, and then just stamina regen to help us dodge, essentially. We also have ethereal allies, which I love to have on all the time. It just adds so much damage to your special attacks. Getting an IOP fist, replicating 50% of the damage, is huge. Then we go to our badges. Now, this is what gave me the build around idea. The Galliform ring. Now, obviously, I've not fully upgraded this yet, so I'm not sure what the upgraded version does, but whenever you get stuff to max upgrades, they unlock their latent power ability. So this will get an extra ability when you have it at max rank. But at the moment, while in combat, you lose 2 health per second and your attacks heal you by 3% of the damage done. So what we're doing is using this to reduce our health by a lot, and then leveraging that lost health to deal a lot more damage and heal back up a lot. It's very much like a swingy sort of build. And to go with that, we're just reducing our stamina costs of weapon swaps. Sorry, when we use weapon swaps, reduce stamina cost by 20% for 5 seconds. And if your stamina is greater than 50%, increases the damage done by your attacks by 20%. It's mainly for the latent power ability here, because the set that we're using reduces the stamina costs of all of our attacks by loads if we're on low health. So most of the time our stamina will be greater than 50% when we're at that HP threshold, so it's just 20% extra damage. The Cracked Blacked Doofus. This says when you hit an enemy on the ground, reapplies 40% of the damage done in 3 seconds. And latent power when you use a weapon swap increases how fast you stun enemies by 40% 5 seconds. This is just a solid badge to have. It's got nice damage and stun capabilities. Then we got Bookmark, increases the damage done by your attacks by 0.2% for each missing health. And latent power, you start your attempts with a second wind. So this goes into having max health. So the max health points, I don't know if it's got a maximum stack this. I don't think it does. But the higher our max health, the more damage we can deal with our attacks thanks to this bookmark. It's going to go scaling like mad. Then we got Chef's Hat, just to increase our max health by 20%, and increases the damage done from your attacks by a percentage equal to 20% of your max health. So these two work in tandem pretty damn well together and work really well with our spear. Then we've just got Lucky Coin to give us more rerolls and alterations so we can get the abilities that we want easier. The latent power increases all damage done by 1% per blessing obtained. This will be probably about 10 to 12, maybe if we're lucky, 15% damage increase. Which, granted, it's a reasonable amount, but it's not the main driver for picking that. Alright, let's just get straight into it then. And I think, well, first of all, let's do additional waves of monsters, and divine grapes and gongs appear less often, and also bosses gain new effects on their attacks, 1 floor per level. This means that I think only the first boss will have new attacks, maybe. Let's just try putting that up to 2. And we want enemies to have more health. Sure, I think this should be fine. That is 5 levels higher than my maximum prestige before, so we shall see. But let's go. Should be getting a lot of materials from this anyway.
I look hungry.
Now, what sort of thing are we looking for? I wouldn't mind devotion. Bleeding's... honestly, I think bleeding is a little bit underpowered, if you ask me. From my testing, it doesn't do a huge amount of damage. Let's alteration this. Now we could go for another frenzy build, but I feel like we did that in the last video. Especially because we sort of, well, we got the ability that makes it so stamina costs are reduced by 100%. But if we're already doing stuff to mess around with our stamina costs, yeah, I think we'll change. Let's try out Judgment, sure. Judgmental combo. Your combo attacks cause a judgment to appear on the target, which lasts for 5 seconds. The effect has a cooldown period of 8 seconds. And, oh, actually, do we want it on our heavy attack? I don't think we need it on our combo attack, because as long as we're heavy attacking, like every few seconds, then we can just keep reapplying judgment. In fact, let's put it on our weapon swap. I've gone through all 3 of them here. Judgmental change. Your weapon swap causes a judgment to appear on the target, which lasts for 5 seconds. The effect has a cooldown period of 8 seconds. And judgments create a damaging area that does 10 damage and applies 1 stack of Eye of Judgment every 0.5 seconds to enemies inside. An Eye of Judgment increases damage taken by the target by 1% per stack on the target. And we're doing a max health build here. So let's get some max health. It's going to mean that we're quite poor in terms of money. There may be some times when we do actually go for money. But that day is not today.
Not so tough.
At least not on this floor. Let's get that judgment going. Oh my god, does the spear heavy attack have pierce? How have I only just noticed that? I swear it hit the mushroom behind the little guy that we hit. Interesting. Hey, get back in that judgment, pal. We're fine taking damage as well. Like, at the moment, taking damage is actually a pretty good thing. It'll make us deal more damage. You know what? I've changed my mind. We're going to go Frenzy. We're going to go Frenzy on our combo attack. And then maybe we go for a bit of... Oh, I don't know, on our heavy attack. I wouldn't mind Electrified.
Let's keep going.
Electrified is ridiculously OP, right? Yeah, periodical frenzy every 20 seconds. Your next attack gives you frenzy for 6 seconds. That's good if you don't have any other way of applying frenzy. Pressure, just flat 5% damage reduction from enemies. And frenzied combo. Your combo attacks give you frenzy for 6 seconds. Frenzy increases the speed of your combo attacks and the damage of your other attacks. The way this is worded is a bit strange. So it increases the speed of your combo attacks and the damage of your other attacks, but other attacks includes combo attacks in there. So why would it say other? Shouldn't it say all attacks? I don't know. Anyway, it increases the attacks by damage of attacks by 0.2% per stack of frenzy, and your attacks give you 3% of the damage done in stacks of frenzy, stackable up to 100 times. When you have maximum frenzy, it increases its effects by an extra 50%.
I'm on fire.
Once again, we're going for max health. Ouch. Like I say, getting attacked here is absolutely fine. Let's do a special attack, and we're back up to full. The healing's just that strong. Oh yeah. I do want an aftershock. If we can get aftershock on our heavy attack, that means we can set ourselves up for some big damage.
Keep going.
And we got him just like that. What do we got? Oh, it's all mushroom boys. Come on, lads. This way. Yeah, yeah. Hit me if you want. I'll just heal back up to full. It's very, very much a safe build in terms of you can get hit and basically just heal back to full pretty easily. If you've got good enough damage scaling, you'll be healing like crazy. So you don't really feel as in danger, I would say, as trying out other builds. Let's just get Aftershock on our heavy attack here with explosive charge. And Aftershock says, after 8 seconds, does 25 plus 15% of the damage taken since the application of Aftershock.
Accept the blessing.
So our choice here is more max health or 100 money. Now 100 money should let us pick up a blessing from the shot. Although they normally cost 300, between 200 and 300. Do you know what? Let's just ignore it for now. We'll go max health. We do have the badge that gives us one free item in the shop. So we'll probably have to be rather careful or particular in what we want to pick up. We might use rerolls in the shop since we do have 8 of them. Oh, ho, ho. How very dare you. I just needed to hit that guy one more time. And we'd have easily been able to get our special attack off. He's done so. Let's get Aftershock in. Oh, we didn't even need it there. Max health into a shot. Already up to 215 max health. Yeah, we do have the badge that gives us one free item in the shop. So, we got Energizing Wrath. When you're affected by Bloodlust, increases the charge speed of special attacks. This is incredibly good. Power Transfer. When you hit an enemy affected by Aftershock with weapon swaps, increase the damage from your attacks by 15% for 5 seconds. And then we got Honor, Stamina, and Max Health. I think we just take Energizing Wrath here. We'll take some Max Health and Stam up, and then be on our merry way. I did say we were going for a Max Health build, but we've already had quite a few Max Health ups, so I think it's probably worth it to try and get another Frenzy, just to increase the damage a little bit more.
It's down. Now's your chance.
Get ready for the charge. Ouch. I will be trying to face tank quite a bit here, just so I can properly showcase the effectiveness of the heals.
Let's keep going.
Okay, increase the effects of Frenzy by 30%, the duration of Frenzy by 33%, or charged and raging, performing heavy attacks, increase the quantity of stacks of Frenzy that you get by 30%. Let's just increase the effects of Frenzy by 30%. That should just be more damage. And we get more max health here. Lovely. At some point, we may want to use our alterations to try and get a shield ability. There's one in particular that I wanted that I think would be incredible with this build. And that is every 20 seconds you get 15% of your max health as shield. And obviously, if you're going for a max health build, that equates to a whole ton of shielding.
A weakness.
The only problem with that would be the damage you take per second because of the badge that we picked. sort of removes your armor a lot quicker than it otherwise would. And, of course, your attacks don't recover armor.
Attention, Savara.
We got him. And you know what? Let's go for the Mushroom Man. I did say in the last video that we'd be trying out the other bosses. So let's go. They should have new boss patterns as well. Oh my god, we're getting slapped around there quite a bit. But it's no worry.
On the ground, big guy.
As we're already... We're just floating around the halfway mark in terms of... in terms of health. The lower health we get, the more stamina we have, which means we deal more damage. It just makes it easier for us to recover the health that was lost. What you doing, pal? More of your AoEs and balls. Ooh, okay, that's a new move. Hadn't seen that before. Come on, just... Can you chill out for a second, mate? I just want to get a few good attacks off on you. There we go. Beautiful. Not used a ham hock yet. Not felt like I'd needed to. We should get up to full ham hocks here, 4 out of 4, and just under full health.
Here we go.
Okay. These guys don't stand a chance. Nice little bit of money there. I think, yeah, we want our judgment to be a bit better. If we can get the blessing that increases the triggers of judgment, that would be ideal. Oh, unbelievable. Bad timing there from me. It's just the two-handed sword special attack has a real long charge-up window. So it can be a bit brutal.
It's down. Now's your chance.
And we got him. Reduces judgment's cooldown period, or increase the duration of judgment, or serial judgment. Your combo attacks reduce judgment's cooldown period by 5% until the end of the room, stackable up to 10 times. I do kind of like that. We kind of want all of these, to be honest, but let's just start with extended sentence. Increases the duration of judgment by 50%.
An interesting choice.
As always, we're going for honor. Oh, that was a big old hit. What you got for us, buddy? Judgment's maximum stacks are 20. Okay. Oh, it's another dude. Okay. And we get a special attack off. Oh, I mean, I count that as a full special attack there. We did rinse him. Yeah, more frenzy. That's going to be our main source of damage. We're sort of using judgment to supplement our damage.
On the ground, big guy.
Getting frenzy is too damn good. I will say, as far as damaging things go, bleeding definitely feels a bit too slow, and I don't think it does enough damage. Okay, here we go. Performing heavy attacks increases the quantity of stacks of frenzy that you get by 30% for 6 seconds. I don't know if we need that. Endless Ire increases the duration of frenzy by 33%. And Slaughterlust increases the effect of Bloodlust by 150%. So I think that goes up to maybe 125% extra damage. Yeah, I do like Slaughterlust. And we don't really need either of these. Like, we've got full ham hocks and full health. I guess stamina's okay, but we've got things that make our stamina costs essentially nothing. We just need to be damaged for that to kick in.
Pay more attention, Savara.
Come on, dude. Do your jump, thank you. Waiting for it to get tired so I can do this spec attack. There we go. This should heal us almost to full. I think we go for more frenzy. This is going to mainly be a frenzy build.
Here we go.
Get a heavy attack off there. We do have a healer. Okay, do you know what? Let's go take out this healer. Oh, not quite, dude. Thought you could get me.
It's down. Now's your chance.
Alright, we got a big chicken. Very much Kulu Yaku vibes here. If anyone's played Monster Hunter before.
Right in the face.
And we get... No. I was trying to do the spec attack of the sword there. Very hard to get off. Just because the charge up time's so long. Still don't feel that in danger, really. Frantic Rhythm. When you're affected by Bloodlust, reduce weapon swap cooldown period by 25%. We are swapping weapons quite frequently, so maybe this is a good option. Increasing the duration of frenzy. I don't think we need that. Like, you'd take this if you had frenzy on your heavy attack or weapon swaps, I think. But because we have it on our combo attack... we're constantly reapplying frenzy, so the duration doesn't really matter, as far as I'm aware anyway. And charged in rage, we've seen this a number of times before. Heavy attacks increase the quantity of stacks of frenzy that you get. Yeah, let's reduce the weapon swap cooldown period by 25%, and I will go for max health here. So the interesting thing about the badge that we picked up is that the damage that it deals us scales off our max health, but the damage that it heals us scales off our damage. Sorry, the health that it heals us, rather. Ooh, we are in the danger zone right now, so we do want to be a little bit careful. But we can still heal a rather large amount. Let's get a special attack off. Ooh, if only that guy had a little bit more max health, we'd get some more healing off there.
Time to go shopping.
Lowers the maximum number of stacks of frenzy by 25% and increases the effectiveness of each stack by 33%. So that just means that we'll get into Bloodlust a lot quicker. I mean, it is very good, but fueled explosiveness is whenever you use a special attack, increase aftershock damage by 25% until the end of the room. We almost definitely want to pick this up as well, because it ends up being a lot of damage. Serial Judgment, your combo attacks reduce Judgment's cooldown period by 5% until the end of room, stackable up to 10 times. This means that we can probably have Judgment like up all the time on bosses, but I don't know if we're going to be able to afford all this, you know. Intimidation just means enemies have 5% less health. I think we go for Efficient Wrath as our free pick.
That'll do.
And then we can only pick one of these. Like that fueled explosiveness on the special attacks is so much more damage. But is spamming Judgment. So Judgment, what we have at the moment, can only give us a maximum of 20% increased damage taken by the target, because we can stack up to 20 times. So fueled explosiveness, I think that makes it deal 100 plus 30% of the damage taken. So I think it equates to more damage, does fueled explosiveness, than Serial Judgment. So we'll pick that up. And then I don't want either of these, so let's just get money. If only one of those was max health, I'd be more interested. Get that Judgment down. Ooh, already taken down. What you got for us? Nice. Right, yeah, we're definitely going for a Judgment Blessing here rather than Stam Up. Stamina is sort of a non-issue in this build, thanks to the weapons we have. Should I say, I think it's the set bonus that causes our stamina to not drain. Destroyer, you destroy monster parts 10% more efficiently. Prompt Punisher, Judgment does its damage 40% faster. On Serial Judgment, your combo attacks reduce Judgment's cooldown period by 5%. You know how I said that I really wanted Serial Judgment in the shop, but we couldn't afford it? Well, once again, I'm going to say no to Serial Judgment and get Prompt Punishment. Getting that damage out faster is better, because enemies don't always stay in the area of Judgment. They move around. So if you're dealing damage faster while they're in that area, you're going to get more stacks of Eye of Judgment than you otherwise would. And I think it's going to equate to more damage than reducing the cooldown of Judgment. So yeah. Room before the boss. Do you want to know how I can tell? Every single room before a boss is shaped this way. Is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A hexagon. Although a weird shaped hexagon.
Keep going.
You'll see before the next, before the boss after this as well. Oh my god, am I lying? No, I'm not. I can't be. There's 2 doors. Yeah. Second guess myself for a minute there. Okay, well, we always do the wolf, so let's go pay homage to Poltergon Rex, which we got this new badge off of, actually. The healing badge.
Don't let its appearance fool you.
I do sort of wonder why the devs decided to give a healing effect to the badge that this boss gives you, since this boss doesn't heal as far as I'm aware. He's gonna kick out. Should get a big old hit. Yeah. From our judgment. Wow. There's so many AoEs and shit on the floor. Christ. Back up to full health. Oh, he went immune for most of that. That was rough. It does annoy me that bosses become immune when they're getting enraged. But I guess it makes sense, because otherwise you'd just be able to get a ton of free damage on them. Come on. We do have enemies have, I think, 60% or 40% more health, and that includes bosses. So while it might not look like we're doing a lot of damage, we're doing a lot of damage. Oh. Constantly getting hit by these AoEs.
I felt that.
Bloody everywhere. Gotcha. Now, I don't think this heal in here will heal us up to full. I think we have a bit too much health for that. We need 160 on the heal to get there. What did that give us? Like 135, I think it was. Oh, and another frenzy blessing is quite nice. Let's just get the dragon straight away. And we're back up to full. Interesting. Did I just notice something that I've not noticed before? Is the heavy attack of the spear, does it count as a dodge? Because I swear I got hit mid-animation for this heavy attack here. And it said that was immune. Right, once again we're getting charged and raging. Performing a heavy attack increases the quantity of stacks of frenzy that you get by 30% for 6 seconds. Heavy chain, your combo attacks increase the damage done by your heavy attacks by 10% for 8 seconds, or increase the duration of frenzy. None of these are very good, so I'm re-rolling. Okay. We got pressure, enemies do 5% less damage. Intimidation, enemies have 5% less health. And exploding rage. When you're affected by bloodlust, increases aftershock damage by 100%. I think that's going to equate to a hell of a lot of damage, because we should be in bloodlust quite frequently. Let's take it. Bloodlust is indicated by us essentially getting like a Super Saiyan aura around us. I'll let you know when it happens. We had it at the end of the last room. There we go. You see the aura we have around us? That means we're in bloodlust mode now. Means our devotions are going to do 100% more damage. My apologies, it's Aftershock, not Devotions. What am I on about? We don't have that yet. Or we won't have it. I don't think.
Smash it.
Boom, you're dead. Get out of the way of that. You get stomping away, dude. Sometimes it's fun to just stomp. I appreciate that. I like to think these dragons are just moody teenagers that are just stomping because they can't get their own way. Seen as they're sort of like the mid-sized dragons that you see in this game. The adult one is the final boss, and then the baby ones are the smaller variants of these ones. They're all a big family, which kind of makes it a bit fucked up, to be honest. We're going down, well, starting at the bottom of the family tree and heading up. Alright, we definitely want more max health. That guy's getting destroyed by traps. You chose the wrong place to fall on your ass there, pal. The teenager finally got us with their stomping. To no avail. Let's get some more Aftershock stuff, sure. We've sort of woven it into our build more than I was expecting with getting that Frenzy perk. So yeah, I would like to get a little bit more. Come on, dude. Give me a break. Oh, that was a big old...
It's down. Now's your chance.
Big old hit. Thanks to the Aftershock. Oh my god. Okay. We may be doing a completely different build here. With all these dual blessings that we're getting. So, before we get to that, Poise reduces the stamina costs of your attacks. We're not really fussed about that, because our stamina costs of attacks get reduced so much when we're, like, on lower health. Accelerated pace, your combo attacks reduce the duration of Aftershock by 3%, but increase the damage it does by 5% until the end of the room. We absolutely want this as well. However, in Raging Shock, increase Aftershock damage by 0.5% per stack of Frenzy. Stackable up to 75 times. What does that mean? That's like 35%? 36%? I think. More damage, yeah.
Feel the power.
When we're in Bloodlust, it's a ton. Let's go for more money. Now, this next shop, we should definitely... Well, actually, I say next shop, it'll be the final shop. Should easily be able to afford crap. We might even be able to just buy out the shop. Get him. Nice. Now, do we go for Frenzy or Judgment here? I think I want to go for more Frenzy. Let's see if we can get a Frenzy skill that is a duo with Judgment. No idea what that could possibly be, but I mean, it sounds like it'd be fun. Oh, we got second winded. That's what I get for being a bit greedy there. But we're fine. Just let them stomp away.
Easier than I thought.
No, almost full heal. Should we reroll here? Performing heavy attacks increase the... Yeah, we've seen charged enraged loads. Pressure, we've seen as well. Enemies do 5% less damage. And heavy chain. Yeah, we're rerolling. We got Tireless Destroyer again. I don't think we need to take it, though. That's the thing. I'm actually going to reroll past it. Stamina... Oh, it's just so good. But it really... It's not needed for this build. Yeah, I'm rolling. Oh, hello. We got another duo blessing. Punishing Rage. When you're affected by Bloodlust, causes a small judgment zone to appear every second. That's going to be all the time. We're always going to have Bloodlust up, pretty much. Hell yeah, we're taking that. Another duo blessing. What is this run? Oh my lord. Shocking Conviction increases aftershock damage by 50% for each active judgment. Okay. I hear you, game. That could be a crazy amount of aftershock damage. Verdict's Impact. Your heavy attacks increase judgment damage by 5% of the damage done for 5 seconds. And Destroyer. You destroy monster parts 10% more efficiently. Let's get the duo. I don't know if we want Verdict's Impact. I'm going to pick up the max health and then reroll. Are we going to have all of the possible duo blessings that we can get here? Because this is insane. Lethal Condemnation. When you're in a judgment and are affected by Frenzy, gain 1 stack of Frenzy per second. I don't know if this actually does anything for us, because we get Bloodlust and Frenzy so easily and quickly. But either way, it's a duo blessing. It's the rarest thing you can get, so I've got to take it. Fueled Detonation. When you hit an enemy affected by Aftershock, increases Aftershock's damage by 10, stackable 10 times. Yeah, we'll take that as well. And High Impact Change, we can't afford it, so let's move on. And we're going for max health here. Yes, there was an Aftershock blessing, but do we need any more blessings? We've got tons of duo blessings. Look at all of the crap going on. Oh my god, it's insane. That's just the judgments are, they're going wild. I love it. More Frenzy. I think we'll go actually Aftershock, you know. We're in a good place with our Frenzy. For sure. This was supposed to be showing the strength of getting insanely high max health, and it just ended up being a crazy duo synergy build. Power transfer: when you hit an enemy affected by aftershock with your weapon swaps, increase the damage of your attacks by 15% 5 seconds. Not that fussed about that. Explosive blast: when aftershock does damage, charge your special attacks by 12.5%. This is very good. However, shockwave: enemies in aftershock take 25% additional damage.
I'm on fire.
Yes, please. They're going to be in aftershock so much, pretty much all the time, so it's just 25% more damage. Oh, is that a healer over there? Oh, you thought you could escape me, buddy. Not today. Like, everything's pretty much always got full judgment now. Are we in the room before the boss? I think we might be. The amount of swords coming down is so funny.
Break it. Smash it.
Wow. I love that animation. I can't lie. Yeah, it's boss time. Right. Let's see how we do against him. This is the highest difficulty that I've ever played on, by the way.
Final stage.
Before that, it was 15 prestige, and we're doing 20. Waiting to see the new attacks from this guy. Oh, he still does a lot of damage, though. But is it as much damage as us? We're going crazy. We have more AoEs on the ground than they do. Can't chuffing keep up. Oh, run, run, run. So, if you do have the badge on that heals you, you get damaged every second there. So I would recommend chugging a ham hock. Oh, shit, shit, shit. Okay, we're gonna hock again. Get out of here with that shit. Come on. He's going nuts, so. Oh, and we just got him. Alright, okay. I think that just sort of... It was on maybe like a third of the health left. I'm going to have to watch that in replays, because holy moly, that was wild.
Well, now that the great Eop has left and our very own duo...
At this point, nothing's changed for me.
Now that I'm running the festival, I want to make it grander.
I'd like to strike a balance between you all and my family.
I think I'll stay here. I finally found people...
What about you, Karn?
I might set sail again. Staying here, my appetite has only grown. Just thinking of...
Remarkable. At any rate, we've got work to do. I need to brainstorm. Bonk is staying behind for a bit. We have business. As for the rest of you, we'll talk when you get back.
Highest hit is 38,000. Wow. That is... So, put this in perspective. I think the highest hit in the previous run was 6k. So, what's that? That's like over 6 times the highest hit. We did 814,000 damage there. Holy crap. Right, well... That is going to be it for today's video, guys. I will go through the blessings, but before I do, I just wanted to say thank you so much for tuning in. And if you liked what you see, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. But for now, let's go through these blessings. Frenzied combo, your combo attacks give you frenzy. We had explosive charge for heavy attacks, apply aftershock. We have Judgmental Change for weapon swaps cause a judgment to appear on the target. We add Energizing Wrath. When you're affected by Bloodlust, increases the charge speed of your special attacks by 30%. Heightened Rage, increase the effects of Frenzy by 30%. Extended Sentence to increase the duration of judgments by 50%. Slaughter Lust, increase the effects of Bloodlust by 150%. Frantic Rhythm, when you're affected by Bloodlust, reduce the weapon swap's cooldown period by 25%. Efficient Wrath, lowers the maximum number of stacks of Frenzy by 20%, increases the effectiveness of each stack by 33%. Fueled Explosiveness, when you use a special attack, increase aftershock damage by 25% until the end of the room, stacks up to 4 times. Prompt Punishment, Judgment does its damage 40% faster. Exploding Rage, when you're affected by Bloodlust, increases aftershock damage by 100%. Enraging Shock, increases aftershock damage by 0.5% per stack of Frenzy. Punishing Rage, when you are affected by Bloodlust, causes a small judgment zone to appear every second. Shocking Conviction, increases aftershock damage by 50% for each active judgment. Lethal Condemnation, when you're in a judgment and are affected by Frenzy, you gain 1 stack of Frenzy per second. And Fueled Detonation, when you hit an enemy affected by Aftershock, increases the Aftershock's damage by 10, stackable 10 times. And then finally, Shockwave. Enemies in Aftershock take an additional 25% damage. Alright, well, if you stuck around till the end, Godspeed. Thank you for that. And yeah, once again, I will catch you in the next video, guys. Ta-ta for now.